Hi, teacher friends. I have noticed a trend that I don't want to leave out teachers. There's a need for you guys to be aware and be supported and know some of these skills. So I've made a list of, the 5 best strategies for you to keep in mind that will hopefully support you and encourage you, because you have a super tough job. So the first thing I want to remind you is that you matter and you are so important. So that's kind of the theme of these coping strategies to help you. The first one is really to remain flexible. And yes, it would be awesome if you can continue to honor yourself. DBT is all about doing what works. We talk about what's effective, and there will be times where you have to just scratch your plans, be flexible during your day, and do what your students need in the moment. That may be a dance break or a lights out quiet moment or an extra trip to the sensory room, whatever. I used to get super upset that I would spend days crafting an amazing lesson, but it didn't serve the kids and their needs in the moment. So if it's not effective, it's okay to shift, do what works, notice what your kids need. Sometimes we have to do that, do what works, and show our flexibility. You'll get to those standards eventually. They may not just be a priority now. So in those times, honor yourself and know that you're doing your best. The second skill is to stay in the moment. One of our mindfulness skills is how to stay in the present moment without worrying too much about the past or the future. There will be some days where you just have to take it moment by moment because there's so much going on in your classroom and your kids have so many needs. There are days where you may not feel like you got anything accomplished because you were just dealing with, say, behaviors all day or whatever the issue is. So refocus, try to stay in the moment and just keep going because each moment matters. Know you're in control. Choose to stay in wise mind because you matter. Another big skill that you hear me talking about every lesson is if you need to shift your focus away from overwhelming negative thoughts, you could try box breath. If you need a reset or you notice that your thoughts are full of judgment or overly negative, that's the breath that I would recommend. This breath helps you find balance, and since you're focusing on counting your inhales, your holds, and your exhales, you can stop that negative thought cycle and reset. So try box breath for 5 to 10 rounds as a refresh for your mind. You can model this and have the kids do it with you if you want. So that's you may not be able to do it for 4 seconds. You can start with 4 seconds and try that, but typically it's 4 seconds in, hold for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds after that exhale. And then if you need to physically calm down, try 4-7-8 breath or any breath that extends your exhale. So this may be after an intense situation. If you need to calm your body down because you have that extra adrenaline or cortisol, 4-7-8 breath is helpful for that. So you've heard me say it during group sessions because it's effective in calming the body down. It slows the heart rate. So breathe in for a count of 4, hold for 7, slow your exhale. See if you can get it to a count of 8. And then remember about co-regulation. So the kids will pick up on your calm demeanor. So it's doubly good with the effects. And this breath surprises me with its calming ability. The fourth one is it's okay to take breaks. This is a skill we often remind the kids to use. We're always reminding them, hey, ask for a break. Do you need a break? But we may need it too. So if you begin to get overwhelmed, it's okay to take a pause. You'll model that for your students, that, what you're feeling, and share that you need a break too. Take your deep breaths. You're showing them what works for you, and you're giving them permission to do the same. So you're showing that you're human. This is what you need to do in the moment. It's not only acceptable to ask for a break, but it's also effective. And hopefully they'll breathe with you, which is even more effective. It'll help them reset as well. And I said in the beginning, I can be your cheerleader, really, and encourage you. Affirmations can be a little cheesy, so I want to explain them a little bit. it's really to encourage yourself. You spend all day encouraging your students. I used to go home and reflect on all the things that I didn't do well so I could get better and improve the next day, be better for my students. I think it's important to reflect on what you did well. So even if you encourage yourself using dialectics, something like, I did my best today even though it didn't seem like I made a difference, I tried. Or I gave a hug and my room didn't get destroyed. Or today was really hard and I'm going to give it 100% tomorrow. Walk out of school and recall one thing that went well. On really tough days, my husband and I ask each other, what is one awesome thing that happened in your day? And sometimes it's just like, I didn't get to my email, but I got to finish my coffee and it was really good. So it doesn't have to be a big thing, but you begin to shift your focus and your mindset to something more positive. So focus on what did work. Maybe all your students got lunch and they went home. That's great. That's where we are some days, and that's okay. So you did a good job because you showed up and did your best. You juggled 50 different things at one time, and that is such an accomplishment. So remind yourself of that. High five yourself at the door on your way out. I know that sounds weird, but Mel Robbins shared science behind it, and she knows her stuff. So it's a great way to cheer yourself on. I'm cheering you on. You got this. You have support, and reach out if you need any assistance with any of these.